Here,
And here we are. Just
you know what? Hi, like
just in
so.
time.
I
How you
came
doing, Leah?
well
You okay?
because you have your camera. We go through this every day. Your camera's on your computer, right? And I'm using my iPad.
Oh,
Sorry,
bless you.
snuck up on me. But the when I flipped it, watch, I looked like a giant, like I'm sitting way taller than you.
Yeah, I've got a lot of headspace here.
I know, and I don't. So then I'm like, oh, okay, I better turn it around. And then that looks a little bit better. Kinda, maybe.
There you
I don't,
go. Oh,
I don't know.
are you
Hey, good to
set?
see you. It's good to see you anyway.
It's nice to see you too.
You had a good week off.
Yes, I had a great week off. It was we traveled a little bit, went around different parts of Ontario and got to see everybody and went with some friends and yeah, it was nice. It just to be anywhere else is nice, right? But
Yeah.
it's also nice to come home. Like I'm so different from Craig where if there's 7 days off work, he wants to be gone for 7 days. And I'm like, no, I don't mind going away, but I'd like to come back and have some of that time chilling at home before I go
Like,
back to work.
did you get home yesterday?
No, we got home on Thursday.
Oh, so you did get to like eat
Yes.
into a few
But on the
mornings,
way home,
coffee
right,
outside, and that's
right,
see,
you
that's what it's
know,
about, right?
yes.
Yes.
But on the way home, he's like, well, maybe we should, where else can we go? Maybe we should stop somewhere else. I'm like, no, it's fine. It was great. Let's go home. Let's go home. And as it turns out, we started a project that Craig started and finished. It was sort of like, so, we built a deck around our tree. We have a big
Yep.
oak tree in the backyard.
Yep.
Didn't want to take it down. So we have different levels of our deck. And the lower level we built around the trunk of the tree, thinking that we'd left enough room for the tree to grow. Well, no way, because the roots underneath grow like crazy. They lift the boards and
Mm-hmm.
everything ends up being. So a few years later, we've, decided we have to do something different. So we took them all up, well, Craig did, and pieced them all together and put some of them down again with a big open space for that tree. So,
Oh,
you
good.
gotta work with nature, right?
Just hope nobody falls between the gap between the tree trunk and the deck when they get
Well,
smashed.
we filled it with dirt and mulch. So I'm
Oh,
going to
there you
plant some stuff in there.
okay.
So
Oh,
that'll be
good.
another
Right.
project. Yeah. Hey,
Good.
I thought of you today,
Yeah.
not only because I was working with you, but because today is National Beach Day.
Oh, it's my favorite thing in the world.
I know it is. I know it is.
Going to the beach.
And it used to be mine. These days, I'm staying away from the sun, but I still would love to sit on a beach with a nice big hat and an umbrella and a drink in my hand. But so a recent survey asked people how often they go to the beach, presuming they're fairly close, and only 2% of people said they go to the beach every single day. They must live on the beach or something.
Oh, yeah. If you live on the beach, that's an every single dayer for sure.
The most popular answer was once a summer or once a year. And another 19% said every few years. And there are 7% of people that have never been to a beach.
How many?
7%. I think it's kind of sad. You got
I
to
do
see the
too.
beach. Got it,
I
or it like lake or ocean.
yeah, I do
There's
too.
nothing like it.
No, especially there's some beaches. Oh my God. There are some nice beaches out there.
Oh my gosh. Around the
It's good.
world,
For
beautiful.
me, it's good for the soul. I don't know why. I just love like your toes in the sand and the water and the sun glistening off the water and uh, sandbars and floaties and umbrellas and beach chairs and sunshine and kids laughing. It's the best. It's the best.
It is the best. I almost drowned once at a beach.
Speaking of the best, jeez.
I,
Nice
I,
segue.
yeah, I remember. I don't know where I was, like Australia, I think. And you're new Canadian, and I was only a teenager and wasn't really familiar with all of that. And one of the undertows pulled me right under and spit me back out on the beach. But I remember for those few seconds thinking, "Oh my God, this is it! Like I'm done." But yes,
I had a few of those in Cancun where we
really,
were body surfing and just got slammed by a wave, like hit the bottom, sand everywhere, holding my breath, getting tossed around underwater, going, I don't know where up is.
it's it.
Yeah,
That's it. You don't. You have
yeah.
no idea where to go. And for those very few seconds that feel like, feels like a lot longer,
I
you're like,
watch, you watch people like surfing and then the jet ski guys that go out and get the surfers if they run into trouble or take them back out or whatever. I just like am so in awe of the people that do that because it's crazy.
they know what to do, right? They've had like enough experience with that kind of thing. Yeah, it's beaches. Even if you don't go in the water, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I go in the water. I go in the water. I especially in the Caribbean. Oh my God, the water is so blue. Well, you've been in the BVI and did your boating trip. We've been in the BVI and did a couple of boating trips there. The water, you can't even believe that the water is as blue as and turquoise as it is. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And cleaner than clean.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's all have wine. And I agree. You might, yeah, charcuterie is not quite spelt right, Cora, but
We know what you mean.
wine certainly is. I said to Mike last week, I miss Wine Friday. Did we ever get that straightened out with the powers that be, or are we done? We're not allowed.
I don't know. We should figure that out by this Friday.
I think so. I think it's
Yes.
time.
Oh my gosh, Jason, yes, Joe's Van Dyke
Yes,
and the
I've been
Doggy
there.
Dollar. Been there.
We've both done it.
Yeah.
We've both done it. Our boat was anchored out there. I
Yeah.
think the day that we arrived, it didn't take long. I think I was pretty much trashed about an hour after I got there.
Yes, I was going to say, Jason. Yes, the painkillers.
Yes.
That's their very famous drink, and
Yes, and you
it's
play that
true.
little game with the
Yeah,
little circle hanging off the rope or whatever. Yeah, and try to hook it.
appropriately named.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, there's nothing
so
like
nice.
pulling up your boat there and spending the day floating around in the water or on the beach. For country
I,
music fans, that's where Kenny Chesney filmed, I think, his Big Blue Chair video. And
I, I, yeah. I,
okay,
th-
so when
I
we were
think
there,
yes.
we met another family on a boat. It was like, and I'm like, I think they're swingers. Like there was
Did this excite you or repel you?
no, I was just like, we were just trying to pick, like, we were trying to give them a backstory. And we're like, she had to be, I don't know, like maybe 74, 75, and their grown daughter who was divorced. Well, the mom had fake boobs because there's no way at 75 those boobs looked like they were natural. And
So
she
is that what made you think they were swingers?
well, no, just the way they conducted themselves. So she had on her bikini, and he was wearing a speedo that was like the American flag, stars and stripes, like a banana hammock, essentially.
Right.
And he
Sure.
had a do rag on, and I'm
Right.
like, hey, look at these guys are like, woohoo, let's party, let's. And I'm like, oh boy, this could be trouble. They were very nice, and they were on a boat near us, and we saw them on it. You know what it's like, you see people as you go to different islands, but
Same spots. Yeah.
I
Same
was like,
people.
I bet you they're swingers. They're like right into partying hard, just getting her, right, just getting her down and getting dirty. And it was like, woo, come on over to our boat. And I'm thinking, whoa, what's gonna happen over there? Let's be careful. But Yeah, we and all of us to say we got drunk on that island. Drunk.
Well,
Except the person doing the, who's the captain of the boat. And
it's
in
not
our case,
difficult to do. It's
yeah.
not difficult. And when you really have nothing else to do but drink, it's kind of what happens, right?
It was fun. Drink,
But I think the Soggy
snorkel.
Dollar was one of those that got swept away. But I believe,
Oh, it's
being
back.
that it's only a shack with a tin roof, they were able to rebuild again and are probably welcoming back people now.
Oh, it's back. Because what hurricane was that?
I forget, but didn't they have like a camera? They had
The
a
webcam.
camera, and we were there. We touched base with people, and you could see people in real time, which was kind of cool. Um, yeah, so Stephen goes to beaches as much as he can. Jones Beach, biggest and closest, but you can't beat the ones on Fire Island. Nice, Stephen. Yes. Hopefully you've had a lot of that this summer.
Oh, I just love beaches. Just love it.
Yes, Jason, went up north, went to a place called the Northridge Inn, which I know you've been to, Leah. This was our third time there. Really cool. It's near,
I would say it's northeast of Huntsville.
okay, let's go with that.
I think.
Uh,
No?
sure. Um,
It's
yeah.
like, I say it's like Dirty Dancing almost, a little bit. It's got that vibe.
It's a retro. Yeah, people got their hands on it and they redid it, and it's got a retro vibe to it, and really nicely decorated, and just a really cool spot on the water. And so we met friends there and had a good time. We were in Toronto too for a little bit. Went out to a nice rooftop patio for dinner one night, and then we met up with friends at a cottage in where were we? Um,
Bala.
it is Bala, yeah. And but we did take a boat ride to Port Carling and had some lunch at Turtle Jack's there, which is like the only game in town, basically.
No,
At
you didn't go to the Mexican restaurant, the patio upstairs?
Port Carling,
Yep.
upstairs from Turtle Jack's.
Down the harbor and
Oh, the one you can
upstairs
see
is the,
from the water. Yeah,
yes.
no, didn't go there.
Hmm.
Didn't go there. Went to Turtle Jack's, and that's about it. Like it was, nice drive around Ontario, and everything's beautiful, and we should be so appreciative of what we have here. And again, like getting back to the beach thing, if you've never been to a beach before, I think you owe it to yourself to check it out. You don't
Well,
have to go in the water.
yeah, I mean, if you don't want to go in the water, but yeah, or stay in the shade. I go in the water. Depends where you go. If the water's really disgusting and seaweedy and gnarly, yeah, not so much. Our friends have a trailer at Ipperwash, and
Right.
sometimes they get stuff that blows in. It's like somebody says it's from the pulp mills or something. I don't know. But when it's not there, and it's not there all the time, like the last time I was there was a couple weeks ago. Oh, it was beautiful. Just beautiful sand. You know, when you walk out in the water and you see the rippling texture of the sand through the water, crystal
Love that.
clear, beautiful, crystal clear sand. I'm always looking down because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to find a diamond ring or a something. I'm always thinking
You
I'm going to find,
might.
never do, but I should go like magnet fishing, like people do, right? They drag like a magnet and they find all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot that goes missing in those waters. Craig has a story about when he and his brother were like 19, and they went to Grand Bend for like a vacation, and his brother had a girlfriend, and she had just given him, remember those tiger eye rings that were really popular?
Yep.
Tiger eye, remember? So she had just given him one of those, and it was like, ooh, like a big deal. And they were on a beach, and they were like throwing the football around or something, and his brother's ring fell off. And at one point he's like, oh my God, I don't have my ring. I lost my ring. This ring that meant so much to him because his girlfriend gave it to him. And so it was like a big deal. And, Craig's like, he was whining about it and calling his girlfriend and telling, his wife today. And he was really upset about it. Well, it was either the next day or a couple of days later. Craig's like, I'm going for a walk. And he went down the beach. and he's walking nowhere near where they were playing football at the time. And he looked down and he saw something glistening, and wasn't it his brother's ring?
That's
So
crazy.
he picked it up
Yeah.
and went back to his brother. He sat down beside him and then said, "Here," and gave it to him. Well, to this day, his brother does not believe that Craig didn't have it the whole time.
Oh,
So, right. He's like, there's no way you would go down the beach and find that ring. So, but
well,
what are the odds, right? What are
yeah,
the odds?
I know. I know. So I'd like to find something. I'd like to find something under the waves for
Yeah,
sure.
I think we
I've
all
taken
would.
off an earring, like a small earring, and dropped it in just to see if you could, like, how clear the water is. Oh, yeah, no problem.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. On a clear, beautiful day, absolutely. Just,
Wow.
oh, there it is, pluck. Yeah.
Okay, well, this
So
can be your
not
mission.
everybody likes the beach, right? But I find that if kids, especially, are exposed to the beach when they're young, they will probably still like to go to the beach. You know what I mean? But if you don't take kids, like, I know some people are like, oh my God, we took our kids to the beach. They hated it. They hated all the sand. And I'm like, well, is this their first time going? And they're like, yeah. And they're like 8 and 10. I'm like, well, that's your first problem. Like, if you go early, who cares? They're eating sand. They're throwing sand. You got to tell them, quit throwing that stuff. Right? I mean, I've got pictures of my kids with like mouthfuls of sand. I think you're like, oh, don't eat that. But building sand castles with moats around them, and you dig out the trench down to the water's edge, fill
Nothing like
your
it.
bucket. Yeah, there's nothing like
Nothing like it.
go get some sticks and some stones and we'll decorate it all.
Yep.
And
Yep.
right?
Great memories for sure.
Yeah.
Great memories.
At
Yeah.
least for
Love
us.
it.
At least for us.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
beaches generally are free.
Right.
You bring your stuff. You
Yep.
bring you if you want a barbecue or your coolers and all your, it's awesome. It's
Yep.
awesome.
Free
Yeah.
entertainment. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. And before we go, unless there's anything you'd like to talk about.
I got nothing really today except
Okay.
Art by the River was very
Oh, yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I went to that yesterday. It was very cool. There were a lot of people, which was nice. A lot of great vendors. I bought a few things to support local, and yeah, and then went and had lunch and drinks in downtown Amherstburg. Shout out, guys! You're doing a great job having your streets all closed down and stuff going on. Tapping in place.
That is great.
Mhm.
Okay. There was somebody behind you. It scared me there for a second.
Kid,
Um, what's that?
kid.
Oh, okay, good. Kid. Um, yeah, just to answer Kim, why does Leah sound so distant? Leah's got different equipment than I do. Leah's on her iPad, whereas I have a um, microphone permanent deal set up in my house, as does Mike. So
Can you hear me now?
that's better.
Yeah, but I have to sit like this then.
Do you have
Because
do
my
you
microphone is on the side of my iPad.
do you have those ear buds with like a long cord with a little
Volume up.
microphone on it?
Maybe I'll look for those. Isn't
Yeah.
that a good isn't that a great thing to look for at the end of the summer when I filled in a boatload of times?
Yep. I
I'll see
blame
if I
Mike.
have some. I may have some, and we'll see if that helps at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way. There's a way around it. Okay, so yes, you were saying Art by the River, really great
Yeah.
event, and you went in the heat.
Oh God, it was hot. Came home, jumped in the pool. Just jumped in the pool. Had to, yeah. It was so hot. But we're done with that for now. So I know you're probably waiting for fall. Have you started buying sweaters?
No, but I love fall. It's my favorite season. I
I
love it.
know.
I love the transition from summer to fall. Love everything about fall. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm ready for it now. I wasn't a couple of weeks ago. Now that I've got my vacation out of the way and we had all that hot, humid weather, I could handle it for sure. You go in all the stores right now, it's all back to school stuff. You go to a place like Home Sense, there's all kinds of like Halloween, pumpkin-y decorations up. Kind of cool, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Last year, I bought, I'm trying to support local stuff, right? And I had all these pumpkins and everything. And I know you've had your pumpkin issues year after year. I've never had that, but regardless, I'm like, I keep buying all these pumpkins or whatever. The kids aren't gonna, they're not carving them anymore. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I had an artisan. Oh, I think I have to look for the name again. I'll find it. But she made me a ginormous wooden pumpkin. It's heavy as hell, so it's not gonna blow over.
It's
And,
great.
and Dave's like, I said, Dave, I had somebody make me a pumpkin. And he's like, oh, I said, yeah, it was $100. He's like, $100? He's like,
But think of how much money you save.
I know. I'm like, I spend all this money on pumpkins every year. He's like, well, I better not see a real pumpkin anywhere near our property ever.
That's great.
So this year there are no real pumpkins to be found. So I'll see. Hopefully I will resist the urge and just decorate with other things. I'll go out in the county, I'll steal some corn and corn
What do you
stuff.
do? Go into a field with a machete?
Yeah, why not?
You do?
No, I don't. But I know people that have corn. So
Really? Oh, you do.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Got it.
I'll do that. But so I'm trying to do the same thing. Not doing it for Christmas trees yet. I know you have your fake tree, but we go for a real one every year. But so the pumpkin thing's taken care of, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. By the way, if you need mums, I did order mums from We Care for Kids. They're 15,
Nice.
they're $15. They go to charity. All the money goes to We Care for Kids. And so you can order them online, wecareforkids.org. And yeah, you can get some mums, but they're everywhere too. I'm not doing it yet. I'm not.
No, I'm not either. I'm
Like
going
I've
to wait.
ordered them, but I'm not
Yeah. Yeah. No.
all stuff yet.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. I know. We've got plants that have to die first.
Yeah.
My summer plants have to die before that happens. Okay. Let's leave it there.
Die.
I'll save that other story for tomorrow. And we'll work on what's going to happen on Wine Friday if it's back or if it's still suspended.
I say we do it. I just say we do it.
Oh, and ask for forgiveness later. Yes. Are you with me, Leah?
Nope. Am I there?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
My phone rang, and it rings through my phone and my laptop. So I had to say no. No to poor Dave. I wasn't going to answer. Sorry, poor Dave.
Poor
That's what I started
Dave.
calling him now. We went out somewhere and somebody knew that I introduced him as my husband, and they're like, "Oh, you're poor Dave," and I'm like, "Thanks, Mike and Lisa." Correct. So now I refer to him as poor Dave. Poor Dave.
Poor Dave. Hi, poor Dave. How are you, poor Dave?
Yeah, that's how they met him. They went to shake his hand. Hi, poor Dave.
Oh my God, that's
I'm
so
like,
funny.
oh my God.
But so appropriate.
No,
I couldn't
it's
think of a
not.
better name. It
Not
is totally
appropriate at all.
yes, poor Dave.
Yeah.
Poor
What do I
Dave.
get? Exceptional Leah.
Well, we'll have to ask Dave what he calls you. We'll leave it there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Okay, back tomorrow.
Okay.
Be on the air from 5 to 9. Yeah, and then we've got lots to talk about on our After 9 show.
Have a good one.
Yes, you too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.